Today I count down the top 10 things that I love about statue collecting. Good day my friends, and welcome back once again to Brotherhood of the Bat Collectibles. My name's Chris and I'm the Batman statue collector here on YouTube. And if it's your first time viewing, please consider hitting that red subscribe button. I really think you're going to enjoy the content. Now recently I did a top 10 video of the top 10 things that I hate about statue collecting. Now of course I don't like to spew very much hate here on this channel, but I did want to talk about the level of stress that happens whenever you are collecting or you're a part of a community where you have all these amazing things coming at you, and that can be very stressful and it can also be very expensive. But today we're not going to focus on the negative whatsoever. We're going to focus on the positive as I count down my top 10 things that I love about statue collecting. And in that other video I did say that the things that are good about this hobby outweigh tremendously versus the negative. There's no doubt about it, and I cannot wait to share my top 10 with you. So without further ado, let's start with number 10. So kicking us off at number 10 of my top 10 reasons I love this hobby, I love collecting, I love statue collecting, is the nostalgia. I absolutely had a blessed childhood. I grew up in the late 70s, early 80s. There were all these amazing properties, all these amazing cartoons, G.I. Joe, Masters of the Universe, Star Wars, Lego, like all of these things that I absolutely loved. I was able to absorb and able to watch and able to be lucky enough to have the toys growing up. But then as you grow older, you get rid of all those things. At least some of us do. I did. I got rid of all those things. And then I stumbled upon the figures and hot toys. I stumbled upon statue collecting, and it's just a way to relive some of those amazing childhood moments. Now, I, of course, am a major Batman fan. I read Batman comics as a kid, and these statues now bring those things to life in a way that I never thought possible. I also, I remember Scooby-Doo and seeing Batman and Penguin and Joker on those shows. And I absolutely loved those times. And again, all of these modern times as an adult, I'm looking around and seeing all these amazing statues, or the statues behind me, being able to have them and kind of live them again, if that makes sense, it brings all these characters and these experiences to life. And we live in a chaotic world right now. We live in a kind of a traumatic world. And so this is a way to escape that. It's a way to surround yourself by the things that you love, no matter what you collect, whether it's Funko Pops or whether it's Legos or whether it's, these statues, figures, hot toys, whatever it might be. This is a way to escape. It is a way to see all of the amazing things that you loved as a kid or even loved as an adult, and being able to surround yourself with that. It's really, really powerful. It's really, really awesome. Okay, so that's number 10, the nostalgia. Moving on to number 9, it's the art. It's the sculptors. As a statue collector, I know there's the casual fans out there that just buy it, and that's great. But I have been in the game so long that I love the art behind the art. I love when companies make the art that reflect upon the comics. I love that. I love companies like XM that take a concept like a samurai line and bring the characters that we love to life in a different way. I love the art side of things, and I love the sculpting side of things. We have amazing, amazing sculptors in this community that help bring this art to life, and I like to highlight them. I like to talk to them. I like to get to know them, and I become a fan of their work because their work is so incredible, and I want them to have the recognition that they deserve. These pieces of art that we surround ourselves, that we spend a lot of money on, it is true art. It is fine art. When you see a painting on the wall, you might love that painting. I would rather have a statue. And so I really, really appreciate the art side of things. The art, the background, the inspiration. Whenever you say, hey, this is Batman, how can we make him different? How can we make this statue dynamic? How can we bring this statue to life? And that's what I absolutely love that the statue companies do and the artists do with the art direction. Again, art is very, very important to me. I have an art background, so again, it's always spoken to me. So that's why it's number 9 on my list. Number 8 is photography. As an art person, as a person with an art background, I love art, but I also love photography. I am very much a novice when it comes to taking photos. But I love being able to tell a story through photography. I love looking at other people's photos of their collections. When you see not only the individual statue and the photography you can get out of that, but also the way people display things is absolutely incredible. I really, really love that aspect. But seeing a good photograph of something, and we talk about it here all the time, that there's always going to be bad photography. There's always, bad cell phone photos. They're always notoriously bad. But I really do like when people take the time to professionally shoot something. There's some people that take them outdoors and shoot them in natural light. I love that photography aspect of it, to be able to see statues and for people to share their statue experiences through photography on Instagram or Facebook or wherever they might do that. But I really do love that as well. Okay. Number 7 on my list is going to be YouTube. YouTube can be a good and a bad thing, but I absolutely love doing YouTube and I love watching YouTube. YouTube has created this community where we're able to connect. We do the same thing through Facebook and Instagram, social media, but we're able to discover this hobby through YouTube, through reviews or through preview videos or interviews or whatever it might be. But it's a way for us to interact with each other, but it's also a way to discover this hobby that so many of us love. Again, it doesn't matter what hobby it is. It doesn't have to be just statue collecting. It could be any hobby. But I really love YouTube as a platform. I love being on it. I love how we've grown together through YouTube. And again, it gives me an outlet to express myself, to express my thoughts and feelings, to express the art that I love, to share the art that I love. And so again, YouTube has been a big deal for me, for sure. And I know some of you are just getting started out on it or are thinking about putting your collection out there or your thoughts out there. Don't be afraid, just do it. The more the merrier. So it's been very, very exciting to be on YouTube. And again, to watch other YouTubers as well. I just absolutely love it. Now, number 6 is kind of a weird pick, actually, but it's DIY, do it yourself. And what I mean by that is, in order to do these type of things with collections, sometimes you have to be very creative with your displays. Sometimes you have to think outside the box, and in a lot of cases, you have to build your own thing. And that's exactly what I am doing currently, and I've done in the past, where I've actually built some of my own cabinets, built some of my own shelves to accommodate these massive statues that I collect. And so it's let me have another creative outlet other than just art or whatever else I might be doing. It's introduced me to things that I'm not necessarily comfortable with, woodworking or putting things together. And so now I'm to a point where I can do some of these things with confidence, whether it's watching, Googling videos or watching YouTube videos on how to do things or how to build shelves. It's the DIY part of this hobby that's actually been a lot of fun, and it can lead to stress. I'm not going to lie. For right now, I'm definitely feeling that as I kind of redo my Batcave. My Batcave's definitely in shambles right now. But the DIY part of it has been very fun. It's been very exciting. I know if you watch Dan Default here on YouTube on Rogues Gallery Live, he has done some do-it-yourself shelving as well. And it's just neat to see how other people come up with ideas, how they come up with displays. Because again, you can't usually just go to Walmart or somewhere and just buy whatever you want off the shelf to accommodate a 40-inch deep statue. Like, it just doesn't work that way. So you have to be creative and you have to have some skills. And if you don't have those skills, if you don't have that confidence built in you, just try it. Don't spend a lot of money, but try to put something together and just see how it works and see if you're able to do it on your own. Don't ever be afraid to try something, or if you need to hire out somebody, if you can afford that too. I know that's very expensive, but doing it yourself is awesome, and it gives you a sense of power and a sense of like, hey, job well done. So anyway, I just enjoy that part of the hobby. It's very, very cool. Okay. Let's talk about number 5 on my list next. Your happy place, your stress relief. I mentioned it earlier that our world is kind of crazy, and having a hobby, having a collection, no matter, if it's just a flat out hobby, even if it's just a hobby, being able to try to escape into it. There's always going to be a stress associated with anything. I mentioned it in my top 10 video of things I hate. Stress was my number 1, because there's a lot of stress with planning and, the financial side of things and everything else in between. but it's supposed to be an escape, okay? That's why I hate when there's drama and things like that in the statue collecting groups, or there's hate, because we don't have time for that. We're trying to get into this hobby to escape all that. And so in general, this is my happy place. I can come in this room, I can surround myself with other collectors, and they make me feel happy. They make me feel justified in my craziness of collecting. But it should be your happy place. It should be a place where you can escape from the drama, escape from the headaches and stresses of the real world. And if it completely overwhelms you all the time and it doesn't give you any happiness, then this might not be the right hobby for you. Maybe you need to try to find something else. But for me, collecting Batman statues, doing a YouTube channel about Batman, that's what gives me happiness. You know, obviously other than my family and other things in my life, but the hobby itself makes me very happy. Next up then is my number 4, the thrill of the hunt. There's always these pieces that you wish you had purchased, but you actually didn't, and then you slept on it, and then you're like, oh, why didn't I buy that? And then you have to hunt it down. That can be very exciting. That can be very thrilling. It can also be frustrating at times as well. But, you know, recently I just did the Samurai line. I'm still collecting it. I absolutely loved the thrill of the hunt because these pieces are rare, they're expensive. Like, people don't want to sell certain ones like Ivy or Bane. And I was able to track them down, to hunt them down. And also people in the community were helping me. So it was exciting for them, and then it was exciting for me. The thrill of the hunt can be very, very fun, whether it's in person at a local comic book shop or something like that, where you're going from store to store to find something, or if you're on the internet or you're on social media. It's a lot of fun to try to track pieces down. It's that thrill of the hunt to be able to do that. Last year I was doing Diamond Select busts and I couldn't find certain ones. People said, hey Chris, I found one in Germany for you. Hey Chris, I found one in California. And I was hunting and they were hunting, and again, it was exciting for all of us to do that. And so again, the thrill of the hunt is, you know, just a big part of this collecting, you know, experience. I really, really enjoyed the thrill of the hunt. So that's my number 4, okay? Going along with that is my number 3. It is anticipation, right? Okay, it's anticipation. And it is one of my favorite parts of this hobby. I'll never forget when I first started collecting the Arkham line from Prime 1. They used to do all these like little teasers, these little renders, these little black and white renders where you would get like a little tiny piece of maybe Catwoman's thigh or something like that, just to show who they were doing next. That anticipation, it's just, you just need more. It's a hunger, right? You cannot wait to anticipate these pieces, whether it's to see a teaser, whether it's to anticipate a pre-order, whether it's to wait 2 years to anticipate a statue actually coming in. All of it is anticipation. And then you get that piece in, and then you anticipate the next. It is, again, it's this awesome cycle. Now, again, it can be frustrating with anticipation, but I absolutely love it. Again, it's one of my favorite parts of this hobby, to anticipate what might be next even. You know, I always talk about how I love when statue companies reveal certain things, because then it lets us know what they're planning. It lets us know how we can plan our collection. And so just anticipating what might be next can add to the overall excitement, overall fulfillment of what we get from this hobby. So again, I think some statue companies still understand that. They still like to tease us, and they still like to do that anticipation. So I do appreciate that very much, because again, it does add excitement to this hobby, without a doubt, okay? My number 2 thing that I love most about statue collecting is the unboxings. Unboxing for me has changed over the years. Unboxing is like Christmas, okay? Who doesn't like to open up a box on Christmas morning or whatever holiday you might celebrate? But for me, again, it all goes back to that childhood, that anticipation of opening up a gift, opening up something and saying, hey, what am I getting? My favorite gift of all time at Christmas was Castle Grayskull when I was a kid. I absolutely loved that gift. And for me, unboxing, nowadays I know what I'm getting. You know, it's not a surprise. But I love that sense of opening it up and exploring and experiencing a new statue. And again, that's changed for me over the years, because now I do it live with all of you. I unbox everything live. And so it has taken away a little bit by doing it live with you. I'll be honest. because it feels a little bit more like work. I'm worried about, presenting it and talking with you and doing those type of things. But it's also expanded the experience so much that I get to experience that with you, if that makes any sense. So I feel like it's even better now because I get to experience all of those things at once with you, the audience, here on YouTube. So I absolutely love that feeling, that opening, that new sense, that statue smell that comes out of the box as soon as you, I'm sure it's toxic, I'm sure. But anyway, we all love it, and we joke about it here on the channel. But man, unboxing, it's just so great. Anticipation, unboxing go neck and neck for me, okay? Well, that then leads us to my number one. Can you guess what it is? I haven't talked about it yet. I guess I have mentioned it a little bit as I've been talking today, but my number one thing that I love most about statue collecting is community. This community, when I came into it, there were a few groups out there, but there just wasn't a tremendous amount of feeling included in community. Over the last 5 years, so many statue channels, so many groups have popped up, and I absolutely take pride in our group, Batman Statue Collector, Brotherhood of the Bat, Collectibles on Facebook. I take pride in our YouTube community here, our positive community that we have built. I talk about it all the time that this is a lonely hobby. Not very many people understand that we collect $1,000 polystone statues of superheroes, okay? Or Star Wars characters or Marvel characters or whatever. It is a small community. And I have been just incredibly impressed with the community aspect, how we have each other's backs, how we understand each other. We're able to come together as this unit of amazing people, support each other, enable each other, but just be there for each other. And, to be able to talk about the things that we love to collect, to have those conversations, to be able to do Rogues Gallery Live with all of you and be able to interact every single week. And I absolutely love that. I love it. I have made lifelong friends through this hobby. Some of you I've met. Some of you I haven't met, but I hope to someday. Because, again, you're my friends. You are absolutely my friends. And even though we might not physically know each other, the fact that we have so much in common, the fact that we love this, that we have a passion for it, has been the best thing about this whole experience. If I didn't have the community and I was all alone in this bat cave without you guys, I don't think I would enjoy it near as much, not even a little bit. Because through this community, we are able to share what we love with each other. And that to me means more than anything. Absolutely. So I can't thank each and every one of you enough again for your continued viewership, for your participation in our live shows, for your participation in our Facebook groups or Instagram or TikTok or wherever. It is because of you, the community, that this community is so much fun, that this hobby is so much fun. I just can't thank you guys enough because it means so much to me. So there you have it. That is my top 10 list of the things that I love most about statue collecting. I probably could have come up with the top 20, top 30, top 40, who knows. There's so many positives to this hobby. Even though there will be those negatives, there will be those stressors, there will be the fact that prices continue to go up every year. Yeah. Nothing we can do about that. If you're complaining about that, time to move on to something else. But if you are fully invested in this hobby, you make the choices you make. Sometimes there have to be hard choices. But again, we keep doing it. We're glutton for punishment. We keep doing it because we love it. We keep doing it because we love it. And we love the community we're part of. So there you have it. That's my top 10 list. Thank you guys so very much for me rambling on. I really hope you enjoyed it today. If you are new here, please hit that red subscribe button. Hit that like button if you enjoyed the content today. And again, I just cannot thank you guys enough for taking time, video after video, to listen to what I have to think about statue collecting. Again, it just means the world to me. So thank you guys very much. And I'm going to wrap it up here. Thanks for watching. I'll see you soon right here in the Bat Cave. Bye, everybody. Hey guys, thank you so very much for watching today, and if you're new here, please hit the subscribe button right here on the screen and check out these two awesome videos. I think you're going to love them. And also please join us on social media, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and TikTok. I would love to have you join in all the fun. Thank you guys so very much for watching. See you in the Batcave.